questions in French. I have a lot of people who come to me and say, none of these questions make sense. I don't understand how to put it all together. There's an est que here and an est que there. Sometimes the question word is here. Sometimes I can not even tell whether it's a question. So let's have a look. It's actually not that hard if we just break it down and make it really, really simple. Straightforward. Let's go. So if we take a basic sentence like tu aimes jouer au tennis, you like playing tennis. Tu aimes jouer au tennis. Let's see how we'd go about making that into a question. So there are 3 different ways of forming a question. Now your most basic is that you take that sentence, tu aimes jouer au tennis, and you say it with a lift in your voice at the end of the sentence, tu aimes jouer au tennis, with a question mark at the end. Tu aimes jouer au tennis? And there's your basic question. That is informal. Use that with friends, people you know well, casual conversation. Really simple way to create a question. The next way that we can go about making a question, and really easy as well, is that we can just put est que in front of our question and go up at the end as well. Est-ce que tu aimes jouer au tennis? So now we've actually got tu aimes jouer au tennis as well as est-ce que tu aimes jouer au tennis? Same question. But est-ce que is really useful because it can be used in casual conversation, used with friends, used in a familiar manner, but it can also be used where you're trying to be more polite, where you want to be more formal, with someone you don't know so well. With someone you would usually say vous to as well. Obviously here, est-ce que tu aimes jouer au tennis? Est-ce que vous aimez jouer au tennis? It's very appropriate in all situations. The third way that we can look at making a question is probably the one that confuses everyone, and that's the inversion. So if we look at this last one, tu aimes jouer au tennis, we would actually turn these around. So we say aimes-tu jouer au tennis? Aimes-tu jouer au tennis? Now this is a formal type of question. Would probably not commonly be used with tu, because usually tu would obviously show that you're talking to a friend, so you'd be more likely to say tu aimes jouer au tennis, or est-ce que tu aimes jouer au tennis? Aimes-tu jouer au tennis? You'd probably say more likely in the vous form, aimez-vous jouer au tennis? And again, this is actually very formal, so a much more polite way of asking a question. It doesn't have to be used, because if we come back to the est que, it's actually a very appropriate way of asking a question of anyone, even at a formal level. So est que really, if we're looking for one that we know we can use all the time, we would probably say that est que is the best one to choose. The inverted form is one to save for more formal occasions, and the more familiar, once we're really comfortable with asking questions, or we're with friends, really easy too. Est que will also keep your grammar straight. Est que means, is it that? So let's look at that. Est que means, is it that? Which sounds a little bit funny. Is it that you like playing tennis? But actually, if we take that literal translation and we always put it into our questions, it becomes very easy to form all sorts of questions. Is it that? We know we wouldn't say that in English, but it still makes sense to us. Is it that you like playing tennis? Is it that you love eating chocolate? Is it that you don't like reading? Why is it that? So we can add a pourquoi. Why is it that you're late? Where is it that you've been? When is it that you will be handing in your homework? So again, we can put all of our question words in front of est que to make any kind of question, and it keeps our grammar right on track. So hopefully that helps questions in French to make a little bit more sense.